What's up? What's up? What's up? Back again with another video. Make sure you get this live a thumbs up, comment, let us know who's in live today. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. As you can see, the title is called Positive Minds Only. Came to talk about thinking positive. No matter what you go through, you got to make sure you got a positive minds only. So even if some negative shit that's going on in your life, you got to make sure you got the type of mindset that's you always see the silver lining. Like, and that's the type of mindset that I have. That's the type of mindset that I've built up for myself. Didn't happen overnight. And at first, I didn't even know I had a negative mind. But once I became aware of that information, you know, how I was really operating, like I started to change the way I think, like I thought. So it's working out for me as far as my journey, like where I'm headed. Just keeping a positive mindset no matter what, because I'm always going through something negative. I'm always going through something difficult, because that's what life is. That's what Earth is. Being on this planet, you're going to experience negative shit. So no matter what, you gotta just keep thinking positive. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you haven't already. Well, I'm pretty sure you haven't already, but it's not showing. But make sure you get this live a thumbs up. I'm trying to wait till people start coming in so we can get a conversation going. Because even though I have to repeat myself over and over, like I don't want to be doing it too early. Follow your dreams. That's the message for right now. Follow your dreams with a positive mind only. Let nothing stop you. Let nothing get in your way. Not even your own self. Most people don't realize they're their biggest enemy by being in the way of their own dreams, their best life. Because you could say you want to do something, and then in the back of your head, you be saying, nah, I can't. It's impossible. Like all these negative thoughts that you're obviously being right about what you're thinking, because if you don't do nothing about it, then it just keeps you stuck. Just keeps you stuck. Mm-hmm. I need for my videos, my lives to come up and go live. I need them us to be on like the timeline. I need everybody to be able to see it. Even though I know that's probably not gonna happen no time soon, but that's why I'm posting all these videos. That's why I'm posting all these shorts, like so I can get my brand exposure, so I can build my YouTube channel up, so I can get it monetized. So that's why I'm grinding so hard on YouTube. This is your first time seeing me, like for the past 50 something days, I've just been posting every day. And for the past 10 days, I've been going live every day. So I'm trying to build my catalog up. So when the majority of the subscribers do come in, like they don't have just one video, like they can go back years. Years I got content from 2017. So My goal is just though like to keep sending a positive message, keep encouraging people, keep motivating people to want more out of life, chase their dreams. Because most people don't know they can have whatever it is that they want in life. I don't know why they think that, but most people have the mindset I can't live my best life. I can't have everything. I've been on like going live so much, sitting in this chair for hours. Like it's starting to hurt my ass and shit. Like I need a new chair. Like at first it was cool to have this chair. Like when I first bought this chair, like it was got it because it was vibrator. It's supposed to vibrate your back. That shit didn't work. Then my dog chewed up the cord like a week after I bought the chair. So this chair really has just been like a fucking brick sitting in this motherfucker. It's been working like so. I just been procrastinating on getting a new one. I could be using my wife's chair, but that ain't it's comfortable. I mean, it's kind of comfortable, but it ain't as comfortable. But positive minds only is the topic for tonight. Thinking positive, like being positive, living a positive lifestyle. It don't mean like you don't cuss people out, or you don't get angry, or you don't get mad, or you don't get sad. Like you can still have all that happen to you, but you can have a positive mind while going through it, knowing like that situation is not gonna last in your life. Most people get stuck, or most people like they feel stuck. They don't get stuck; they feel stuck because it's all mental, and they stay there for years feeling away because of something that happened to them. People get traumatized and they stay stuck in the mindset of when they was traumatized, so they never overcome that. So me, my goal is to, like I said, encourage, motivate you, like to want more, to chase after your dreams, and like cut out all the negative, cut out all the BS that's distracting you, like and stay focused. Because if you study getting distracted, you'll never truly accomplish anything. Like if your focus is always being taken away from you. Me, procrastination was one of my distractions. The social media was a distraction, like all of that. So once I got my focus straight, as you see, I just been going hard on YouTube. So I done gained over 300,000 views in the past 2 months, and my channel was dead before then. Like I averaged probably like 10 views a month for like 3 years, 4 years. So now like I've been averaging 100,000 views like every 28 days. So you know more than 100,000 views, but like I'm posting everyday shorts. I ain't posting regular videos, which I should, but to grow my channel, I've been posting shorts consistently every day and hopping on live to build up my watch time hours because I'm not monetized. So you seeing me build this up from scratch, but I'm not building my brand up from scratch. I'm not building Positive Minds Only from scratch. Like I started Positive Minds Only in 2018. So I'm finally bringing it to YouTube, like fully. At first, I just post videos here and there, or I let like my episodes from my podcast post on YouTube. I mean, meaning I let it because I had something else that was posting towards YouTube when I posted on my podcast. So like I've been building up my brand for quite some time, but now it needs its face exposure. People need to see who I am. Like they already understand like who I am because they've been hearing me speak for some years. So, but if you new to just hearing me speak and knowing new to who I am overall, like I'm a father of seven, like I'm an entrepreneur, a Marine veteran. Like I come from Gary, Indiana. I live in Las Vegas. Like and I just been grinding to like not only leave a legacy for myself, but for my family, build wealth, like generational wealth, not just lasting with my kids, but my grandkids' kids. Like, I want to be able to my family to eat forever. So I'm starting that foundation now. So by the time I exit out of here, it'll be Positive Minds Only be on like probably a Fortune 500 company, like with the mindset I have. And who knows, I might just sell this mug, like, cause you gotta have an extra strategy when you got a business, like so. Like who knows, I might sell this mug. Who knows? I don't know if I want to be like being a brand ambassador or like the face of my own company, like for 40 years, 50 years. Like so, I know somewhere down the line, I'm like, yep, I'm gonna let somebody else take this. Like, so until that time gets here, I gotta get on. I gotta do this. So because this is also building like extra streams of income. So that's what I'm all about too, like getting to some money. Like for the longest time, I didn't. I had false beliefs about money. I thought I wasn't, since I wasn't born into no rich family, I couldn't be rich. But my brother, like he broke that. Like so, then I seen him get wealthy, he would get rich, and I'm like, okay, now it's for my time to do that. So I couldn't follow in his particular footsteps to get to where he got, but I did take notes. Like I did get some experience, and like I did get some knowledge. So I got what I needed, and I started to build my brand up. So that's where Positive Minds Only came in, because I was trying to create my own business. So started out with the podcast, then it became life coaching, and like then it became other spiritual work. Now we on YouTube. So and I got merchandise. I'm writing books now. Like working on writing scripts, movie scripts, TV show scripts. So like, I'll be having a lot on my plate, but YouTube is my number one focus right now, because YouTube is paying people to get on live, not just live, but to get on YouTube to post videos. They paying people. Like so, I already spent hella time on YouTube just throughout my day. Like so, my goal is not just be a consumer or just a watcher on it, but to actually profit it off myself, to benefit it from myself. So that's why I'm like going overtime into like getting on live and posting videos every day, because I see the potential. I can see the potential. So I'll be a fool to like waste like this wave that I'm on. Like I literally been getting thousands of views and hundreds of subscribers on a daily. So yeah, I ain't growing to the. I ain't got millions of views and I ain't got millions of subscribers, but don't doubt me. Like I have the mind and I have the visualization, and I'm a visionary, so I can see the future. At least I can see my future. Like so, I'm able to close my eyes and whatever I want to experience. I mean, whatever I want for myself. Like I'm able to see that for myself, and then I'm able to work towards that, like in real lifetime. So, just I definitely gotta have a positive mind when you're chasing your dreams and your goals, because a lot of people is gonna oppose you. A lot of things is gonna try to stop you and distract you and get you off your journey. But if you stay focused, not if, when you stay focused, like nothing will be able to stop you. Especially when you get extremely focused on like the thing you working on. Like when you develop extreme focus to get your goals accomplished, like you will be able to manifest it in no time. Like I was a procrastinator for the longest, so that's why it's finally taking me forever to kind of like, get on here. But I'm pretty sure somebody who know what they want, they just don't know how to start, don't know where to start. I'm here to tell you, start with shorts, get on live. It don't matter what you talk about. Like if you posting shorts based off what you like and not just what's viral or what's trendy, like then you're gonna develop your fan base. So that it's gonna be people that like what you like, so y'all gonna be able to relate on certain things. So like I learned that just by posting Nipsey Hussle shorts and Joe Rogan clips. 'Cause I'm a fan of both of those. So me posting those shorts is not like I'm posting something I really don't want to watch or like something I really don't want to promote. Like I want to promote positivity. I want to promote like information, knowledge, wisdom. Like I ain't on no. I'm not trying to go viral like off no bullshit. Like shit. I rather one of my videos take off some positive. Yeah, so that's rare in these days because negativity is this world is full of negativity. This world thrives off negativity. So me saying positive minds only and building that brand, like I'm creating a space that wasn't there for myself or wasn't there for nobody. I'm pretty sure there's positive things out there, but as far as a company, a brand, positive minds only, like I created that space because I didn't see no space before me. Like I ain't seen nobody repping positivity as much as I do, or positive thinking. But like I said, there are people out there, but coming from Gary, Indiana, there was nobody like that. Like so, me, I'm just doing the work. I'm putting the work in. I'm hopping on live every day. Like I said, I'm posting every day. Staying focused, not getting distracted, and I'm just moving forward, taking every day at a time. You can't rush the process. If you can't rush the hours and the minutes in a day, there ain't no point in rushing the process. Everything will come in its divine time. So my thing is just don't waste your time. That I wasted a lot of time. I'm 31 years old. I should have been doing YouTube when I was in my 20s. I tried, but I didn't have the consistency I have now. I didn't have the focus I have now. So I'm getting over that by like fighting through that. By at first I didn't want to get on camera. I always had an excuse why I didn't want to be on camera. So, and I'm pretty sure it was a good excuse at the time. But now I'm older. I'm 31 years old. I'm about to be 32 this year. Like I'm not settling no more. So as y'all can see, this is the first time I didn't. Well, this ain't the first time I ain't start my chat. I mean, my thing off with a live, but I didn't start off smoking weed for a reason. I just came back from my brother Jink's house and he like smoked like 4 blunts back to back. My brother was like the king of you. Both of my brothers was kings of the YouTube at one point in time. I'm like, I ain't gonna say I'm like LiAngelo Ball, like who didn't make it to the NBA, but I didn't really make it on YouTube yet. I didn't reach a million subscribers like they both did, but I'm still working. Like as you see, if you're a fan of basketball, like in the Ball brothers, you see LiAngelo ain't never stopped working. You know he got into some trouble that kind of threw him off. Like he always been a great hooper to me. He just made some mistakes that put held him back. Like shit, in my 20s, I made a bunch of mistakes that held me back, but it didn't stop me. It only just built me up for and prepared me for what I was gonna go through as I got to my 30s. So never feel like you made the worst mistakes that you can't recover from it. Cause you can recover from anything as long as you're alive. Like as long as you breathing, as long as you got your health, like you can recover from anything. A man can lose all his wealth and get it right back. But you can't lose your soul and get that back. Can't lose yourself, get that back. Definitely can't lose your mind and get. I mean, you probably could get your mind back if you lost that, but I don't know. We take for granted the things that come to us free, yet the things that cost us a little bit of money, we place so much value on it, and those things can be replaced. What are you placing value in that can be replaced? And what are you taking for granted that can't be replaced? Like, you should answer that question. You ain't got to put the answer in the chat, but like just saying, answer that for yourself. Like, what am I placing more value in that could be replaced, whether it's clothes, shoes, jewelry, like partner, like that you taking for granted? Whether is you taking your health for granted? I know I do sometimes. I don't eat the healthiest food. I don't drink enough water. but I do try to work on that. At first, I was taking my time for granted, like by not utilizing it in the correct fashion. But 2020, like I did a way better job compared to the previous years. So I'm just trying to overdo it, like overdo it. Not till I burn out, but I got a lot of time that I lost in the past that I wasted. So I'm like, I gotta put overtime. And if you trying to get monetized and you trying to get your channel working, I'm telling you, post them shorts. If you look at my page and you see the shorts I post, they all don't got thousands of views. Heck, most of them don't even got more than 100 views. But there's videos that I got 2 videos that's over 70,000. So, and my channel has grown tremendously by posting shorts. Right, so everything may not work. But once you whatever works for you, just go extra hard and do it. Like shit. I know it's plenty of time like I wasted like precious and valuable time and like situations like I remember last year. Or was it last year? Probably it was 2020 when I was doing my podcast. And that month started going up. And I think it was like August 28th, 2020. That month started going up tremendously. And I didn't know what was going on, but I was not posting at all. Like I didn't capitalize off like the wave I had. So I'm like, I told myself, if that ever happened again, I'm gonna make sure I post every day. So when my YouTube videos shorts start getting like views every day, like I start posting every day more. Like so, I found what worked for me. Like I'm not gonna stop that for nobody, especially when ain't nobody trying to help you get monetized. Like ain't nobody. I don't know why I be like that. People don't want to tell you what they did to get successful. Yeah, but when they fall off, they ain't got nobody to help them back up because they was stingy with the information. And I'd rather give you the information as I'm going to. Like, shit, I'm learning this shit and I'm telling people, hey, this is what I'm doing that's working for me. If you don't want to do it, that's cool, but I know there is somebody out there that do want the information. So I'm going to be that person's, like, muse or that person's inspiration. So make sure you get his thumbs up if you haven't already. No, yeah, I ain't commenting tonight, but that's cool. Like I said, I'm used to talking to myself on the daily. Like, I just should have been recording that shit. I mean, I don't really be talking to myself out loud, but I do be in my head and shit. Mm. What y'all on tonight? West Coast time is 8:55, so that means East Coast y'all. It's what, damn near midnight? I'm just about to roll up. Maybe that'll spark another thought or idea so we can take this conversation somewhere else. But if you're new to the chat, it's all about positive mind only. Keeping a positive mind only when you're going through this bullshit ass life. This life is full of bullshit. But it can be full of blessings and like luck and prosperity if that's what you choose for yourself. If you don't choose nothing for yourself, you'll get nothing. You don't think nothing, like you become nothing. So while you're on this planet, make sure you want something for your life and that's what you always strive for. Don't never settle for nothing. Even when you get what you desire, make sure you keep working to keep it. They're working to get something more. Like shit. Most people get comfortable at where they at in life, but soon when that stop working out for them, like shit, they gotta start from scratch, or they gotta go somewhere else and start over. Don't be caught off guard by life by being too comfortable where you at. I'm pretty sure the universe will send your ass an earthquake just to make you move, just to get you out of your comfortability. It ain't even there to hurt you, it's just to make you move. But I realize that don't happen for everybody though. Some people they be stuck for life. And I'm like, dang, why the universe ain't never do nothing to make them like get them on their shit? It ain't meant for everybody. Success is not meant for everybody. Some people didn't come here with no plan. They lost. They'll always be lost, and you can't save them. And sometimes be your own family, your own best friends, your own cousins, but you can't save everybody. You shouldn't try either. Like they only just take you down, pull you down with them. There was plenty of times I tried to save people, and they looked at me crazy. Like I'm like, you don't see your life is bullshit, and like you don't want more for yourself. They didn't see nothing wrong, so I'm like, shit, I can't make somebody see the way they living is a fucked up way. But I can show them like by how I'm living. Like shit, if that don't inspire them, like I said, it ain't meant for them. I'm not meant for them. It ain't meant for them to wake up. I wanna next my next live. I think I'm gonna put a baiting title on my live so I can get people to come. But I'm gonna ask, do you believe the Earth is flat? I need people to come in that's gonna talk. Because I've been talking to myself the whole night. It ain't even been 30 minutes, so let me stop complaining. Let me stop complaining. But I was like kind of debating. I'm like, damn, do I want to get on live tonight? Because I got on live earlier today. I'm like, do I want to do it again? That voice in the back of my head said, yep. I'm like, fuck it. If you had said no, I'd have said, fuck it. I wouldn't have did it. But if the back of the voice in the back of your head is not like trying to help you succeed, you need to check that motherfucker. That motherfucker, when you say you want to do something and they say something dumb or something like you don't agree with or try to stop you, like, you gotta check yourself sometime. I be checking myself on a daily. I can't even let nobody check me because I already checked myself. My bad, y'all. I'm messaging my cousin. I opened the messenger. I didn't open. You know how Facebook is online. If you somebody message you, it's gonna automatically pop up. So why ain't want that person be, or I ain't want my cousin be like, oh damn, he just left me on red. Like, so I got a message. I know how to really talk, but I just got something in my head. So like I can't professionally type. Cause that would have definitely been more easier than using this one hand. Alright, I'm not all the way back because I gotta roll this blunt. So just chill with me. I know y'all ain't got nothing to do. Y'all probably in bed already. So relax. What do y'all do for life in life? To the listener, what do you do as your occupation? You got any entrepreneurs in here? Any hustlers in here? You just pick somebody who got some dreams, or am I still just talking to myself? It don't matter if y'all don't talk. I'm gonna continue to talk to my fucking self, then. Nah, I'm just playing. Y'all probably busy. People probably working, can't even message on their phone. Cause they ain't even got the time, so let me just shut the fuck up and roll with this blunt. I don't know why I be asking y'all questions when I rarely get some comments enough. I guess I'm preparing for when the comments do start rolling in. Like it'll be easier for me to just ask a question. Cause usually, like I said, I'm really just talking to myself. So I just got people watching me talk to myself. But make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. My whole family, well, I ain't gonna say the whole family, like half my family did. I think they caught some type of fucking virus. Well, I ain't gonna speak that though. I would not speak no type of negativity on my family's life. But they haven't been feeling too well, so I ain't been able to be like, cooking and stuff, but I need to. I just need a bigger kitchen, that's what it is. I'm used to working like in a real kitchen. But then again, I hate cooking. Like I used to cook in the Marines and I rarely ate my own food. Yet people would always say, man, that's good. I wouldn't know because I didn't try my own shit. Sometimes I did cook for myself, but like the meals like I would have to cook for the troops. My goal today is like to be on here at least like an hour and a half, maybe two at the most. Hopefully most of y'all tune in to what this learning. Help me get my watch time hours up so we can get monetized. Then I can start doing giveaways and shit like that. I mean, I could do giveaways now, but you know, be people in there. in the chat like that, so why waste my money? Why waste my money when y'all don't even communicate with your boy? When I be talking to myself on live, and I be having people in the live, it's like when you talking to a group of people and they all talking to somebody else, so you just feel like you're just talking to yourself, so you get kind of embarrassed. So you want to be quiet, but I ain't gonna be quiet. Fuck that shit. Somebody gonna come into this live later, or shit. You when I get off the live, shit, they talk to themselves while they talking to this while I'm talking to them. They'll answer the questions that I'm asking, even though I'm not on live. I'll just be rambling sometimes. Sometimes I ain't got no direction on what the fuck I be talking about. Don't be my fault though, cause I truly just be going with the flow. Like whatever comes to my head, I just talk about. Of course you in here, babe. You could have been commenting, making me feel better about myself, thinking I was just talking to myself. It did make me feel better though that you was watching, but I already knew you was watching, so that don't count. I can't believe somebody called me baby lungs in my comments, cause I always cough in my videos, but it was just my smoking technique that was messed up. I used to always love blowing smoke out my nose when I smoked. I thought it was cool growing up, so when I finally got over to do it, I would always do it, and then it burns my throat when I swallow smoke. So, no more coughing for me. Of course, I know you hear my love. Ain't you always? You've been here from the beginning to the. It ain't the end, and nowhere near the end, but yeah, you've been here. You've been here with me from the get go. But I do also know YouTube doesn't always show me who's watching. Those numbers are is never accurate. So I ain't tripping. I am not tripping. Like honestly, I don't even need to look at that. I wish there was somewhere I could block, see who's coming in and viewing, then just talk. Then whoever comment, then that's how I see. Ain't no point in me being distracted about like body count. I want to watch that John Cena movie, that superhero. I know that shit looks stupid as fuck, but I still want to see it. For the simple fact we watched Suicide Squad 2 and that movie was super trash. But still, was it Suicide Squad 2 that John Cena was played in? But I know he got a movie on HBO called The Peacemaker. I want to see what that's about. John Cena trying to be like The Rock, like how The Rock transitioned from WWF to becoming the number one actor of the world. John Cena trying to do that same thing. Uh, who I was raised on that old school Temptations music. I know I'm kind of old, kind of showing my age. Well, I'm not really showing my age because I didn't grow up actually listening to the Temptations like while they was live, but I did grow up watching that movie. And you listen to their ass on the radio. I know more Temptation songs than I know Tupac songs. People used to always ask like, who is better, Tupac or Biggie? You know what I tell them? David Ruffin, motherfucker. Shit. My grandma didn't. We didn't grow up listening to like hip hop like that. Like we grew up listening to like old school Diana Ross, Supremes, Marvin Gaye. Like so, during the '90s when I was growing up, like I was not listening to Tupac. The only songs I heard of Tupac was the ones that came on the radio. Like so, like I knew who Tupac was, but I wasn't raised on Tupac. I could definitely sing you some Four Tops in this bitch. Facts, facts, facts. Fat Red, what's up? What's up? Not to like say Tupac and Biggie wasn't great at what they did, but I just never like grew up listening to them. Where you from? I'm from Gary, Indiana, but I live in Las Vegas, so but I'm from the G, so Midwest. We wasn't really. I mean, people was on New York rappers like that, but we was on like Chicago rappers. Then I was a big down south fan. Then once again, old school fan. Detroit, that's the Midwest too. So Motown, like we was on that heavy. Uh, when 50 Cent came out in 2003, like when I was Get Rich or Die Trying came out in 2003, not when 50 Cent came out, cause he came out before 2003. But when Get Rich or Die Trying came out, that's when I became a hip hop head. Like that's when it wasn't even a hip hop head. That's when I became a hit 50 Cent G in the head. Like shit, that's the only thing I wanted to listen to. Like, that's who I was repping. Whoever 50 Cent beef with, like it was, I never would listen to their music. Like, and now I realized that was kind of bad because like you ain't supposed to have take sides, especially not in music when they both making good music. Like so. Ja Rule was making a lot of good music in the early 2000s until 50 Cent came in and like washed all that shit out. So I am like a hip hop head, but I'm also like an old school head. Shit, I like some country. I like some old like 80s rock and roll type shit. Like I'm so versatile in like my music. Like it's because I grew up with old people raising me. So most people got to grow up listening to all the hip hop. Man, I ain't know. I only know one Wu Tang song. That's Cream. Like I'm pretty sure I've heard Wu Tang music on the radio. Like, but I only know like one song. Like Rakim was didn't know too much of Rakim. Like I know who he is now, but was no big Rakim fan. Like shit, none. Like I said, until 50 Cent came out, then J Cole became my favorite rapper. Nah, Master P. I listened to Master P. Ice Cream Man. Like that was one of my favorite songs. Make them say, about it, all them like Master P songs. Like I was a big Master P fan. So whenever he came out, probably like what 1996. But I wasn't buying his album. I was like only 6 years old. Like so, I wasn't even no true fan. I was just a fan of what I heard on the radio, and I just remember his name because it was like Master P. That's easy as fuck to remember. So I used to call myself Master K because of that. So but then they evolved to Nipsey being my favorite rapper. And like that's where I'm at now. Like now I don't want no favorite rapper. Cause them niggas be liars, like fronters, like don't even got to own their own music. Don't own they masters, none of that. Just sold they shit away. Like what the fuck? I'm from the town, Kansas City, Missouri. You seem laid back, but just like to talk. That's exactly how I am. I'm laid back, but I just like to talk. So, but shout out to Kansas City, Missouri. Like I got some family in St. Louis, so I drove through like Kansas City before, and I like Kansas City Royals baseball jerseys and the colors. Like so, I'm definitely laid back, and I definitely love to talk. But it was at a point of time where I didn't do like I was just laid back, but I never talk. So there was a point of time where I was the complete opposite, and that didn't get me nowhere. So now I'm being more open, talking more, like stating my opinions, shit, hoping like the people that follow me, like shit, they some loyal subscribers, shit, cause we gonna go from here to the top. Honestly, I ain't no rapper or nothing. Shit, I'm just a businessman, father. Like I said, shit, who want shit for myself and my kids. Want the whole world and everything in it. Good thing you more open for sure. Like shit. Cause being closed, like that never did nothing for me at all. I mean, it got me what I wanted in school, elementary and shit, middle school. But as far as like as an adult, being quiet got me nowhere. It got me overlooked. That's what it did. Like shit. Once I started seeing me getting overlooked, and I knew I was like had way more credentials and like shit, way more experience in life. I'm like, I need to just open my fucking mouth. So how many you got? I got four. I got seven. Six biological, and then my stepdaughter who's like really like my daughter, so shit. Got seven. Please me, excuse me. Yeah, I know. Like, yeah, I got seven kids. I knew what you meant. Most people be like be acting ignorant. Like what that mean? Like shit. If I understand what you mean, like ain't no talk point correcting yourself. Shit, I got it. Yep, shit. I just be on this mug every day. You know, like sometimes twice a day, sometimes once. But I'm making sure I'm on YouTube because that's how the algorithm work. If you stop posting, like, they gonna start unsubscribing. And like so, my channel was getting unsubscribed. Like probably like 10 people a day, 5 people a day. I would lose subscribers. So I'm like, shit. I need to start posting every day. And what's the quickest thing for me to do? Post shorts. So I figured I would work for me, like, cause I tried doing shit that worked for other people, and that didn't work for me. So once I found out what worked for me, I'm like, shit, let me do this shit overtime. Let me not waste no type of fucking time. So any extra time I got, I'm trying to get on YouTube, cause I will already be watching videos, like shit. So now I'd rather be making the videos so other people can watch that shit. Ain't no fucking being subconscious about how I look on this motherfucker. Everybody look different. Like shit. But that's how I used to be. That's why I kept my mouth closed. I'm like, man, I don't want people to see my teeth. Then I'm like, shit, why do I care? I'm like, I don't expect my teeth to be like everybody else's. I'm different. We all different. I ain't supposed to look like everybody else. Yeah, conversation is needed majority of the time in this life we call living. Exactly. So I want to be the person that provides that conversation, like not just no 3 feet deep conversation. Nah, we gonna take this shit to the depths of the ocean, like, and I'm gonna keep that shit 100. Like shit, that's what Nip taught me. Well, I always knew to keep shit 100, but shit, just how he threw. went throughout life and what he accomplished and how he did it. I'm like, shit, that just gave me motivation. Like before, like you always seen people like giving up their masters or whatever. I'm like I said, I'm not even a rapper, but like I see, you see them giving up ownership for fame and shit like that, and I'm like, man, I ain't even though I ain't trying to be in no music, like that's what's being presented to the world. Like the world says, if you black, you either sell drugs, you either rap or play ball. Like I love music, so if I was to do music, like shit, I would want to do that shit like Nip did. But since I ain't no music, he showed me like shit. Black people is businessmen too. Like shit, you ain't gotta just do those three. Like shit, that's just how he got his message across. My message, my way of getting my message across is hopping on this live. Like shit, and it started with the podcast first. So shit, first I was hopping on the podcast. Now, like people need to see who's talking. Like now, putting the work in. Speaking, I'm back on the clock. Keep it coming, fam. How for sure, for sure. Shout out to you once again. Just coming through on the live, chilling with me. I'm like, I think I should start like fucking streaming, playing video games. I'm like, I don't know what people want to see. Like, hey, I like 2K. Yeah, I like GTA. But if I want to play GTA, I want it to be on computer. I don't want to play GTA on PlayStation or Xbox. I want to play GTA Online. Like shit, I used to watch T Grizzly play Grand Theft Auto. Like that shit was so hilarious. How they was playing. I'm like, man, shit, I'm gonna get me a gaming computer. Get on that shit. Be over there for hours just talking and then enjoying myself at the same time. Because when I get on this live, I'm not on my phone like checking Facebook or on anything like you see. I'm just focused on talking. So shit, if I'm playing a game and streaming at the same time like that, it had more fun for me. And shit, if y'all want to see some games, shit, for the both of us. Y'all probably like, this nigga ain't talking about nothing tonight. But I don't know, it seems like when I make it past my hour stage, hour and a half, like that's when I start kicking in, like just constantly talking, got something to talk about. Like it's honestly a quiet night, shit, but I'm just fucking doing this because I'm trying to be consistent, trying to like build a good habit, like of getting on YouTube and putting in work, not just watching shit, wasting time. Not trying to get rich off YouTube or get rich from YouTube without like that extra income, that extra stream of income is always a good thing. Like shit, they say if you want to be wealthy and successful, well not successful, but if you trying to be wealthy, rich, you need at least 7 streams of income. Like so, I'm trying to have at least 10 streams of income. Like always overdo it. Like don't try to just be average. Don't just try to settle for less. Like because that's what's easy. And you content with that. Fuck that shit. Life is already hard. Don't make it hard on yourself by just staying where you at. Like, start going out for what you want in life. Even if you fail, keep trying. If you know that's what you're supposed to be doing, if that's what you're truly drawn to, don't turn around at the first hiccup or the first obstacle and go back to your normal way. Like keep pressing forward. Like it was this book called Who Moved My Cheese, right? And it was about these different rats in the maze. Probably like four different rats, three different rats probably. And in the beginning, like there was cheat. I'm telling you a book. I mean, a story about this book I read. It's called Who Moved My Cheese, and it's about rats who didn't go throughout the maze to like go further to get the cheese because they thought cheese would be handed it to them because that's how it was in the beginning. Like so, the mouses who kept going through the maze and kept looking for cheese, they got to experience more different exotic cheeses, and they got to get more. And since none of the other mouses followed them, like they starved to death basically. So, are you gonna stay put, or are you gonna go through this maze and shit and get more cheese, get more money, get more experiences? Chase your dreams. Don't let nothing get in between. Do you know what I mean? Got me singing on this shit. Nah, I'm just playing. That was a little freestyle. We are. What do y'all think about everybody getting sick at the same time? Like, do y'all think like government putting shit in the air and shit? Or do y'all think it's just a coincidence? Like, everybody's getting sick. People who staying in the house not even doing nothing getting sick. Like, mm, probably try to get motherfuckers out of here the quickest way possible. And people was mad at me because I said cancel Eddie because he made life. Out my one has to go in all his work. It was between Denzel, Morgan Freeman, Samuel L. Jackson, Eddie Murphy, Will Smith, and Lawrence Fishburne. If I was to cancel one, it would be Eddie Murphy. Because he made a bunch of terrible ass movies. Norbit, I hate that fucking movie. Life, I hate that fucking movie. Martin shit. Nutty Professor, 1 and 2, I hate those fucking movies. Like, he played some good movies. Beverly Hills Cop, I do like that movie, but if it was to cancel, like him, Morgan Freeman, he ain't really got too many movies, honestly. But Eddie Murphy, like I don't like that movie. Life. People think it's funny, but I'm like I don't think there's nothing funny about black men going to jail for no apparent reason for life. Like that ain't cool for me. So, and I've never watched it completely through. That's the crazy part about it. I've never consciously said, "Oh, I'm gonna watch Life." That shit had to be planned, and I had no control of watching it. So I've never truly watched it all the way through. But I know, like, I don't like the message of that movie. So I be conscious of shit. Like I always was like that shit. I've never too much like nigger movies. Like movies like Color Purple. I hate that damn movie. Movies like Beloved. These people who created those movies, needs to be fucking slapped. Like, and people praise these movies. Not me. Like, shit. Fuck that shit. I know people don't want to hear that shit, and I know people, somebody like, your black card should be revoked. I don't give a fuck. Like, at the end of the day, I like what I like. I love Breakfast Club. Anybody seen that? That movie has no black people at all. But it's a classic to me. So, but if you say, hey, let's go watch some Color Purple, no. Don't bring none of that shit around me. Somebody said cancel Lawrence Fishburne. I'm like, how you gonna cancel The Matrix? And then somebody else said, how you gonna cancel Boys in the Hood? I'm like, yeah, I forgot about that. But you can't cancel The Matrix. I'm like, that movie is a way better movie than Life. And somebody said Will Smith. I'm like, yeah, you can cancel Will Smith out now, but not really. He put in too much work. Like, Will Smith got a lot of work that I love. Bad Boys. That's my favorite movie of all time. Bad Boys 2. Favorite movie. So, can't cancel Will Smith. Denzel, Training Day. What? Book of Eli. Denzel is like, that nigga's a goat. Like I said, Morgan Freeman, you can't cancel him because, like, his voice is classic off the back. Like, Morgan Freeman is definitely he can definitely narrate my life. Then Samuel L. Jackson, like, that's one of the greatest ones. So if I had a choice to cancel out one of them, it'd be Eddie Murphy. I felt like he did too many roles that was like detrimental to black folks' character. Like, not to say he sold out or not, because if he chose to do that, if he wanted to do that, then shit, by all means, get your money. Like, but if you felt some type of way after making those type of movies, then that's what selling your soul come in at. But I don't think Eddie Murphy regret making anything he made. Like, especially when you're making millions of dollars, I wouldn't give a fuck. I mean, me honestly, I wouldn't be wearing no type of dress, none of that type of shit. I wouldn't be acting like a woman in those scripts. I wouldn't kiss another dude. None of those type of shit. I would not do no acting. If I'm gonna play a role, I want to be the superhero. I want to be the person who win all the fights and get all the girls. Like, that's just me as an actor. Like, in a role. Like, I got the girl of my dreams now. So, but everybody getting sick at one time. And they experiencing the same thing. Like, I kind of experienced that earlier, like in December, but now people going through what I was feeling, so I'm like, shit. I always experience things a lot earlier than the average person, or not the average person, but the average person I know. Sounds like my baby is at my door. That means I gotta put the weed out. I'm coming, Gigi. Hello? Daddy! Mama? Hmm? Daddy? Hmm? Daddy? Daddy? Yes? Hmm? Yeah. Hmm. You want a book? You want me to read you this book? It says Dog Man Unleashed. Excuse me if I'm not reading this book to my baby. She wanted me to read it, so. This is Dogman, our story thus far. Hi everybody, welcome to our second Dogman novel. This comic introduction will help you. You don't want me to read this book? You got distracted that quick? You don't want me to read this? Huh? You want another one? Hmm? I guess you don't want me to read this. She like when I read my books. This novel. Hmm? You want this book? Or this book? Hmm? Hmm? This one is called Abel's Island. It's daddy time, so hey. I didn't expect to be reading books tonight. Hmm? You gotta read this book. You gotta read this book. You getting distracted. Huh? You gotta settle for one of them. Hmm? What? Hmm? Hmm? What? You don't need no more books. You're not reading them. You're not letting me read the books. You just picking one and then you want another one. You gotta know what you want in life. You get me? You gotta know what you want in life. Mommy got sick and didn't get to finish your hair. That's the only reason she came on. Or because mommy got sick. My baby got a kind of big forehead. She still say, I'm still beautiful. Say, I'm beautiful. No. You said no. Yeah. Cute? Yeah. You cute? Yeah. My baby knows she cute. Yeah. Hmm? Yeah. You want another book? Hmm? Say book. Book. Hmm? Hmm? Yeah. Book? Hmm? Hmm? Say please. Please. Yeah. What you saying ouch for? This is the last book I'm picking up, okay? Don't know, these grown-ups don't want to hear this kitty book, okay? Okay? The pigeon wants a puppy. Oh, hello, how are you? Says the pigeon. I'm fine, thanks for asking. By the way, do you know what I want? What does the pigeon want? Huh? What do you want? You want a puppy. What I wanted forever, at least since last Tuesday. A puppy. You want a puppy? You want Carlo? He said, oh, don't worry, I'll take care of it. I promise I'll water it once a month. What kind of puppy you want? You trying to water the puppy? Huh? You done this book stupid. You want me to continue to read this book? They're saying you can't learn from this book. You can't learn from this. You need something that's gonna teach you something. This is illiterate. You could write a book about anything and sell it. Like, what the? I should have been writing bullshit novels. That's what I'm gonna call it. My next novel is gonna be called a bullshit novel. I'm gonna just talk about bullshit in it. I'm not getting another book. Hmm? You gotta read this yourself. Here. She gonna think she gonna read it too. She only 1 year old and like she's very intelligent. Of course, other people are like, yeah, my baby's 1 year old and they're intelligent as well too. But we all think that about our children. But you have to think highly of your children because the world won't. The world will try to tear kids down, adults down, old people down. Like, this world is meant to tear everybody down, break everybody down. Like, so I have to build my children up. I have to tell the truth to my children. Books aren't a matter of telling stories with lessons anymore, but rather made for obtaining. Exactly. This book was made to profit. This ain't got no type of meaning to it. But that's what capitalization is about. Is that what capitalization is about, huh, Gigi? Yep. Yep. Selling you shit you really don't need. Yeah. Hmm? Well, it's about the pictures for you now, huh? Okay. I guess. You want to put this up? You want another book? Can I get one of my books? Can I get my book? Okay. I'll be right back. Now, this is my book. This is about Moby Dick the whale, Mark Twain, and the adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Hmm? You want to read this book? Or this book? Which one? Pick one. You want that one? Girl, you gonna be one distracted little child, ain't you? That book don't mean nothing. You don't even got pictures in it. You don't care, huh? It's all about visualization for you. Whatever looks good to the eyes, what we want to buy. I wasn't even trying to rhyme on that one. I'm not about to keep getting up and getting you books. You don't need no more books. You could be in a room with your other siblings. Why you in here with me? Hmm? I'm happy you came to spend your time with me. But I don't want to be bossed around. Not even by a baby. She like, I ain't trying to hear that shit. Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Boom. 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 Okay, that's enough, Mama. That's enough. I didn't expect to get like interrupted today by this little one. Hmm? Mama. Who? Dada. Who? You said Dada? Dada. Mom? Exactly. Mom. It's 9, almost 10 o'clock, and she is like not tired at all.
Mama.
Hmm?
Mama.
Dada?
Dada.
Yeah. You had to get multiple just in case. Shit.
Mama.
Hmm? Hmm? Which one you want to read first? What's up with you, Mr. Motivator? As you can see, I'm kind of distracted by my daughter. She decided she wants to be up. I bought this book because it was like, I thought it was interesting. I thought I was going to use it. It said, use this when you're high. It's for like for creativeness. And I've never once used it yet. I've been had this book for like 2 months. Probably more than 2 months. I didn't have this one for like 6 months. Did I waste my money when I bought this?
No.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Okay. She said I ain't waste my money, so I can always put it to use. Like, I want my kids to be like, not only book smart, but I want them to be like more creative. Like, most kids, they lose their creativeness as they get older. Like, I'm gonna encourage that in my children. Like, don't ever lose your imagination. Like, always stay youthful. Like, even if you get, we all supposed to get mature, but like, always keep that youthfulness about you. Like, that's what you wanted to drop the books. They like, if you got kids, you got more. Like, oh my God, you would not be able to keep your house clean. Like, it's impossible. No, no. Chill. No. You're supposed to go lay down. Melatonin works. That's what she need. She ain't no type of sleep pattern. Like, I don't understand. Like, I always want to, like, when I would see movies with white people, like with white families, and they'll be having their kids on like bedtime like schedules, bath and all that by 8:30. If I tried to tell my kid to go to bed at 8:30, like, they'll look at me like, what? Man, 8:30? Like, the night is still young, but I grew up on that time, like, having to go to bed by 8:30. But that was when I was, like, elementary. But as I got older, that went out the window. So I guess my kid is to age, you don't really need no bedtime. But still. Yeah, I mean, it's great that she's so fascinated with books. Way better than most kids who are addicted to the screens. Oh, she's addicted to the screen as well. Like, but I'm the one I got her hooked on books as well because you need balance in this lifetime. How about a please? she's super bossy.
You?
She Aries too, so like guess
Did
that's
you?
most Aries are like super bossy.
Did you? Did you?
You're welcome. But sometimes she could be sweet.
Did you? Oh. Ah. Did you? Oh, yeah.
Don't get to tearing nothing up now.
Huh?
You heard me. The kids is good for tearing up some stuff, especially if they ain't buy it. But like, that's how I learned to detach from like certain things while having kids, because my kids done like destroyed a lot of shit that I done had over the years.
No.
I have a little sister who's a Libra, and she gets so sassy with us. Pretty amusing. And sometimes I have two daughters that's a Libra, and one son that's a Libra. So yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Like, hmm?
Mama.
You dropped my book? Hmm? Thank you. You're welcome. I'll put them back later. Now she sees she's on the screen. Now she distracted. She's like, I ain't doing that right now. It's fascinating to watch your children grow, or if you have kids in the future. Like it's gonna be fascinating to see them grow, especially when you raise them the right way. So you're not programming them to think in a negative type of way, or get caught up in some type of false narrative of life. Like, it's fun, but when I first had my first few kids, like shit, the majority of my kids, like I was in a negative thinking mindset, so I had to fix that. But about time she was born, like I was a way better dad, so she's lucky compared to like my first kids, like my older children. Like my younger kids, they the lucky ones. They didn't get to experience the negative thinking version of me, or like the programming to think. Hmm?
Oh, yeah.
Once again, the kids can be a distraction. Hmm? Not saying you a distraction, baby. It's the things you do can be. But that's what I signed up for when I had my kids, obviously, like, to be a dad. I'm not one of the people that's going to run away from their responsibility. Especially when I know, like, these are my children, so. You're welcome. You can go now. You're not alright. You ain't got to stay in here. Usually when she with her mama, like, she don't be even thinking about me. Now, like, all of a sudden, like, she want to hang out with daddy. Your hair ain't dead, mama. You came on here looking crazy. Mommy probably thinking, like, why you let her come on camera like that? But I didn't. But you see, I could have got up and took her back out, but she probably would have. So whatever makes them quiet and keeps them satisfied, like, I'm all for it. As long as they're not hurting themselves, getting in too much of a mess. Shit, if the screens got them quiet and they're distracted while I'm trying to take care of business. Oh, shit, by all means, let me put the Coco Melon? Shit, Little Angel, like, put that on the screen. For her, she don't really, if she keeps saying things repeatedly, she'll get tired of it, so. A Coco Melon video on YouTube could be 2 hours long, and she wanted me to skip all the way through until she finds the one song she likes. So. Hmm? Oh no. 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 Trying to rip him off. Yeah, now I should have put it back. She taught me a lesson. Let me put these books back. No more books for you. No. Bye bye. Bye bye. This, anybody into astrology, this is a book you need. This is the only book you need. As a matter of fact, that's the name of it. The only astrology book you'll ever need. Like, so, most people think their zodiacs, they only got one sign, and that's the sun sign. But nah, you got multiple. So, if you know your time of birth, that's very important for knowing who you are, knowing why you go through certain things in life. Hmm? Your astrology and your birth chart can let you know if you would be rich in life. Like, so, most people just think life is all happening to them, but nah. Huh? No. No. Can I talk to the camera?
No.
She said no. You don't want to be a distraction, do you? Like, so when my kids are born, like, the first thing I do, like, since they give you the time of birth, I put it in the birth chart to see how they're going to be as they get older. Like, so I can tell what type of personality they are, what type of obstacles in life they're going to have. Like, so astrology is very important. So if a woman asks you what's your time of birth, like, she trying to know who you are, like what type of characteristics she gonna be dealing with. Hmm? You trying to advertise the book? You trying to advertise it? I got a lot of books, whether it's physical books, books on my phone, audio books. I got over 100 some books, and I don't read them every day, but here and there. We dropped that on purpose. Why are you saying alcohol? Girl, I'm about to kick you out of here. You wanna go? You wanna go back to mommy room? You wanna go back to mommy room? She like, mommy ain't feeling too good. I ain't trying to be around that. Oh, now you wanna calm down and chill. Can you stay like that? Can you just chill like that for a few minutes without getting distracted by something? Like, I doubt it, but let me not think. See, I was about to say let me not think negative, but I knew she was gonna get up. It's only a matter of time before something catches her attention. She was like, oh, let me go focus on something else. I'm surprised she haven't, like, tried to get up out of here yet. Hmm?
Bob, did you?
Ain't she? It's my little angel. Right. Her and her sister got the same birthday. I got 3 Aries, 3 Libras, and a Taurus. So, my sun sign is a Pisces. My rising sign is an Aries, and my moon sign is a Libra. So most of my kids, their signs is within my sign. So of course they got my different personalities, but they all have my personality. She see herself chilling on the video because it's kind of late, so it made her lay back down, and now she just lifted back up, so she keep going back and forth. Like, as soon as she was first born, like she looked the doctor dead in the eye. The doctor was like, that ain't normal. Like I've never, like a baby has never looked me dead in my eyes and focused on me when they was first born. But she was like, what's crazy is like when before she was born, we thought she was a boy. The doctor had told us she was gonna be a boy, so her name was gonna be Apollo. Like that's why the dog's name is Apollo. Wife was like, nope, we ain't about to name the dog after what our son would be named. So like, she was supposed to be a boy. So the day she was born, like my wife was in labor for like at least like 19 hours. It was like probably a couple minutes before my wife gave birth to her. I seen like a fairy like outside the hospital window, like just probably like a fairy Tinkerbell, literally like a flashlight, like a fairy light just flashed by my window, and a couple minutes later she was born. Like so, and like I said, we thought she was gonna be a boy, but when that fairy flashed by, like I knew she was gonna be a girl. Like so. We didn't even know what she was gonna be named off the back. Like we had to sleep on it, and then I came up with her name. So she seems very well with her surroundings. She is like nothing gets past her, nothing. Like, so. And that's what I want my children to be aware. Like don't let nobody trick you out of your position. Don't let nobody get over you, use you. Like know who you are. Like I'm bringing it into existence that my kids know who they are off the bat. Even I be encouraging them to remember their past lives. Like every time my kids have a dream, I'm like, hey, what was you dreaming about? What was your dream about? Because I know like that could trigger like things from your past life, and that could trigger different memories and other things. Hey, you the one who slid down on purpose. Now she's just watching herself playing. You want to go bye-bye? She's like, nah, I'll go when I'm ready to go. No. Like, she be trying to force me to do stuff I don't want to do. I'm like, dang, is this what it's like having living with multiple women? Like, my daughters really try to control my life. And I be like, sometimes, shit, you just gotta let them have their way. Like, especially when you got daughters, like, I gotta, like, be soft on my kid. Like, I gotta be like this. Man, my parents hate me. How do I deal with depression? Well, I doubt your parents truly hate you. But how you deal with depression, like, you speak on it. You tell your truth. Like, you be creative. You use, most people say go to a therapist, but I've never went to a therapist. Like, I've been counseling several times, but they can't comprehend what I'm be going through. Like, shit, they only learn so much in school. So my thing is like dealing with depression. Like, I had to use it I had to transmute that into a creative thing. So, stop trying to distract me, please. You want to go bye-bye? I created my podcast out of this depression. Okay, I'm about to let her out. Okay, bye-bye. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. No. She think I'm coming with her. No, but I dealt with depression, and that's literally how Positive Minds only was created. Because I'm like, I gotta like get out of this funk. Like what I was going through at the time, like shit, I have never been through no shit like that. So like I dealt with depression by like figuring out like how can I like first of all how can I get, like I was asking myself how can I get out of this? I ain't got the money to be going to see no therapist, none of that. So what can I do to help me get out of the stage? And what I realized the stage was it was all a lesson. That depression stage, it was all for me to learn what I was dealing with at the time. So You gotta focus on where the root of the problem coming from. If you think it's because your parents hate you, have you ever like confronted your parents? Like, have you ever spoke to your parents and like asked them why they treated you the way? I mean, why they treat you the way they treat you? Like, if you got multiple siblings, do they got somebody they treat better? Like, I'll be trying to get to the root because a lot of times our parents went through a lot of traumatized shit, so they put that on the kids. Like me, I was raised by my granny and Gigi. Like shit, and I felt like they hated me growing up. But as I got older, now I'm adult. The way they raised me, it built me up to be this man I am today. So it was hard on me, and as a kid, I ain't understand that shit. But now I got kids. Like now I understood like why they was like that. And me growing up in the '90s and in the hood, like shit, they had to be rough on me. They had to be hard on me, cause shit, the streets could have easily got a hold of me if my granny and my G was like weak minded. So you may got some strong parents that's very strict and that truly do love you. That's why they so hard on you. Or you got some parents that's unhealed and they got a lot of trauma that they ain't dealt with. But don't let them get to you. Even though yes, that's your parents. Your parents are supposed to love you. Some people ain't got no parents. And some people got parents that's way fucked up. Like, and then some people got good parents out there like it, but it's like never think your situation is the worst. My dog, I don't know why he got out. I dealt with depression. I didn't even know I was dealing with depression at a point in time. I didn't know what the fuck depression was. I didn't know what the fuck anxiety was, and I was having anxiety attacks. So, like, it's good that you know that you're dealing with depression. It's being open and say, "Hey, I'm dealing with depression." Or is you really dealing with depression? Did you really just want me to comment? Because I know you be trolling. But that ain't nothing to joke about, honestly. 'Cause I know some parents that like that really be doing their kids wrong for no reason. Like, cause they be going through shit in life. They be frustrated with life. They be depressed. Like people, parents, like if you got some poor parents, like shit, they'll put that shit out on you. They'll put that anger out on you because you're the easiest and most like you're the easiest target. Tell you, a lot of people ain't healed. Just because they're adult, don't make them right. Don't mean they know what life is about. Like shit, most of the people are zombies and they be 50, 60, 30. Like shit, it don't matter how old you is. If you ain't woke up to who you are, if you don't know what your purpose is, like you sleep. Like shit, and it's time to wake up. It's time to figure out what your purpose is on this planet and like work on that, work towards that. That's why I tell people all the time, what is your talent? What is you good at? That's what you need to be focusing on. Like if you good at speaking, get on camera. Talk. Talk your head off. If you good at fucking basketball, play basketball. If you good at playing music, instruments, go in on that. Like but don't get distracted by nobody who ain't doing what they don't even know what their purpose is. Don't even know why they even living. Like, no matter how old they is. Most kids they follow the popular crowd because they think the popular crowd is know where they go in their life, but in reality, that popularity shit don't mean nothing. Once you graduate from school, don't none of that mean nothing. All the grades, the honor rolls, unless you go to college, then that your grades mean something. But if you don't continue to go to college after high school, nothing you learn besides reading, math, like none of that shit mean nothing. So much truth spoken in your words. And that's why I just try to tell the truth. There be too many people out here lying for no reason. Or telling the truth, but they got their own truth to it. Or they got their own spin to it, or whatever. But I tell my kids all the time, like, shit, I want you to make good grades. I want you to get through school because I don't want you to fail. I don't want you to keep repeating the same grades. And then that's going to make you feel less than about yourself. So I want you to do good in school, but As far as like I'm not gonna be hard on my kids about their grades. The kids that made C's and D's in schools are the motherfucking entrepreneurs. And the ones that made straight A's are the ones who work for them. Like so I was a kid who I'll make the honor roll in the first semester, and then the second semester I just slack off because I know my grades will equal out to a good grade and I'll be able to pass. So like I felt like I had the blueprint. Like just because the first 2 quarters of school will always be the easiest. So I was burnt out by the second half. Then shit, I would go to school every day, so I would be tired of school. So I graduated, then went to military, got out of that, went to college like 4 times, dropped out 4 times. Shit. Now I'm a business owner. Now I'm back in school, about to graduate. Like so, you can always just keep trying, no matter how many times you fail. Like shit, as long as you don't give up and quit and be done. About to, I was in a tough situation 2 years ago when my dad revealed some trauma that he had as a child. He kept that thing a secret for 36 years, and he snapped. It was almost every day where he would just be mentally unstable. That's why you shouldn't hold nothing in. Once I realized I had trauma that happened to me when I was a child, and I remembered that, I let it go. I started talking about it. I started being open about it. That was my way of healing. Like some people go towards drugs, some people go towards alcohol. I went to like just speaking about my story, telling my truth. That was the only way I knew how to heal, and that's been the best way for me to heal because I've been able to turn my story into profit. Like so, some people don't know how to handle that trauma. Some people don't know who they can trust to tell because most of the time you tell somebody what happened to you as a child, and they'll look at you like you was the cause of that. But no, that ain't honestly true. That's just what people think. Like they think people gonna look at them like it was their fault. Like me, luckily, the traumatizing things that happened to me as a child didn't affect me on that much of a too big of a scale that they kept me stuck. Like mine's kept me stuck in lust and temptation after different ways because I didn't have love growing up. I didn't have a mom growing up, so I haven't seen him since the beginning of 2020. But just doing supervised visitations. Hopefully your dad do like grow up, like get up out of that. But holding it on for that long, like I let my stuff go at 28, like because that's when I realized I had some trauma. I mean, I always knew I went through shit, but I didn't know it was trauma. But if what he went through got him in that type of situation, like ain't no telling. Like what he done been through and what he been holding on. Like me, I don't hold on to nothing. I can't hold on to too much because that's not what life is about. Life is about detachment. Life is about like separating yourself from what the world say you should have, or what the, I don't know. That's just how I think sometimes. But I hope your dad like get up out of that. Especially if something happened to him as a child, like definitely wasn't his fault. Like, nah, if he killed somebody, that's different. He's been holding on to that. Mm. But I don't know. Who am I to judge? But people have reasons why they do things. Not to say that's what he did, but just saying people be going through different things and like shit, they be having to hold on to certain things because they can't truly tell nobody. You don't be wanting your business out there so everybody can know it. Like if I'm gonna expose my some business, it's gonna be my own shit. Nah, he did kid. Well, I didn't figure he did, but there's some people who be holding on to stuff like that. I did. I'm not gonna say what I think it is, like, but like I kind of have a feeling like what he went through, because it's a lot of other men that went through stuff like that, and they're like, they not telling nobody. They taking that to the grave. So it's understandable, but we all go through stuff. We all go through traumatizing situations. Just you can't stay stuck in it. You gotta get out of that. You gotta evolve out of that. That's meant to teach you. That's meant to help you grow. A lot of times when you experience some trauma is because you did some fucked up shit in your past life. So that was your payback. So you traumatize somebody in one life, guess what? You get traumatized in the next life. And your thing is once you heal from your traumatization, don't put nobody else in no no cycle that's gonna hurt their life or affect their life. So me, I'm trying to be on this positive mind only path, like, cause I know negativity will keep you in a cycle that you don't want to be stuck in. So that's negative thoughts, negative people, negative jobs, like shit, anything negative. I'm trying to stay away from that. But most people, they'll chase you with their negativity, like they want to hurt you so bad because you positive or because you want more for yourself. Like shit, I'm like, God damn, just let me live my life. Let me be me. Like, I'm not trying to hurt nobody. Like, the goals I want, it ain't what nobody else want. Like, leave me alone. Like, shit. Most people, I promise you, they'll see you wanting more for yourself or striving to get something, and they automatically want to stop you. Who this person think he is to go get something for himself? I knew that's exactly what it was. But like I said, I didn't want to say it. That's why he kept it in his secret. Like, I knew exactly. Like, I just didn't want to say it because I'm like, that's not my position to say it. But like I said, a lot of other people went through that, and that's what I was meaning. Like a lot of other men got molested by family members. I was molested by an older woman who was not truly my family, but my grandma looked at her as family. So I didn't think I was traumatized because like it fulfilled my pleasure, even though I was like 3 or 4 years old, like shit. But at the same time, this girl had demons on her, like that attached to me. So traumatization like works in many ways, and it's only meant to stop you. Not to say your dad raped somebody as a kid in his past life. Not to say he probably did something to that extreme, but karma does not stop. Like no matter how many people think you just live once, that is not true. It's not true. If that was true, like I wouldn't know who I was. Like I wouldn't even have no mission if this was my only time being here. Like, what's the point of that? Like, I mean, of course you can do a lot in one lifetime, but it's so much karma, it's so much shit that you go through in life. Like, it's hard to escape life free, like scot free. It's hard to live a life like Jesus, where Jesus didn't have to reincarnate because he did everything he came here to do. Even though when he died and he rose on the third day, that is reincarnation. It's just put in a different form. So that's why you gotta have a positive mind only. You gotta think for yourself. You gotta work on yourself. Self help is real. Self love is real. I didn't think men needed self love. Yes, you do. Like shit. I thought that was some woman shit, like self love, like getting your nails done, like having spa days. Like, nah, for a man, like self love is like healing yourself from your trauma, what you've been through, opening up. Like, most people just hold on to that shit for life. Luckily, he was able to finally let it go. But if he's still holding on to it, like, he need to let it go. That's crazy. I just randomly clicked on this Facebook post that I shared that I made 13 hours ago. And look what it said. It says if you're still hurt over something that happened in the past, it's because you haven't healed from it. That was 13 hours ago. Somebody just commented on it, so it made me click on it. So yeah, you definitely haven't healed from what he went through in the past. Mental health is just as serious as physical. It's something that people have started to realize. Exactly. I had to have that same realization. Like, your mental health is way more important. I ain't gonna say way more important than going to the gym, but it's just as important as going to the gym or eating healthy. Like, so that's what it was. That was the easiest thing for me to focus on because I hate going to the gym. Like, it was hard for me to start eating healthy. So I'm like, man, one thing I can change is my mindset. So that's what I focused on heavy, and that's what Positive Minds Only came from. But some people got some negative minds only. But I should be in like my podcast was supposed to be in like the mental health field, but not really no more. A healthy mind is a healthy life. It is because you can, if your mind is right, you can manifest you being healthy. Like just off the strength of how powerful your mind is, you can manifest anything you truly want by with a powerful mind being able to visualize. Like some people don't see that. Some people don't see themselves in the future. Can't see themselves 10 years from now. Like me, I can see myself 50 years from now. I can visualize how I'm gonna look as an old man and all that. Like so, I'm a visionary and I'm a believer and I have real faith in myself and getting me to where like I'm supposed to go, and not just in myself but in the universe and like the supreme creator of whatever cosmic intelligence that created this whole thing or whatever source like that's what I have faith in. And look where it got me. Shit, it got me like continuing to evolve into a better person, continuing to evolve into a more sharper thinking person. Like, if you had met me in 2017, I was not like this. 2018, I was not like this. 2019, I was becoming to get like this. Like, but I still had a lot of experiencing, still had a lot of learning to do. Even today, I still got a lot of learning to do. So, next year, if he's still sticking around in my life, like you're gonna see, like, dang, he don't think like he used to. Like, but it's gonna all be in a better way. You say, how can you think even? How can you think more positive what you're thinking? But it's things that I'm working on, like to become a better person at all times. Is the most powerful thing in you so much. You got it. Ari River, you got it. Like it's the most powerful thing in the universe. So much potential within unique past life for everyone else. Exactly. So with me knowing my brain is the most powerful thing in the universe, I'm gonna utilize it to get me what I want. Like when I realized somehow what you thought and what your phone could hear what you was thinking or like hear what you was saying, when I realized that, that just made me think more positive. That just made me think more like $1 million ideas, like make me think like on a certain frequency. So when shit popped up on my timeline, it was what I wanted to pop up. So most people be thinking about bullshit all day. So guess what? Bullshit pops up all day. When I used to think about lust and temptation in females, guess what will pop up? Those type of things. So like now, my focus is on positive minds only. So you know what I see all the time? Me on this live, me posting shorts. Like so, the work you truly put in will be shown. Like regardless. Like if people not working on themselves, that's gonna be seen. Like, you gonna notice that they don't truly work on themselves. They truly don't have a mental. Their mental is not straight. Then for the people that is actually putting in the work, like that's gonna be seen. For a long time, it wasn't I noticed. The only person who knew was me. But now people are like, oh, that dude is a deep thinker. Like, so, but I've always been like that. I just wasn't ready to expose it to the world. Like shit, I wasn't thinking about letting other people hear what I had to say or think. But in reality, I would always wanted to be heard. I always wanted to be not seen, but I always wanted to be felt. So the only way to do that is to put myself out there, which what I wasn't trying to do was be seen. So here we are, me being seen and heard for the Positive Mind Only brand. So what are you going to sacrifice to get your success? What are you willing to sacrifice that you know you need to stop to get your success? Man, that floor. I love these floor shirts. Like I got a few of them, but and like I don't be having to pay like $100 for a shirt. Like my shirts be like, I told you the prices of my shirts. You be like what? Yeah, like I'm not cheap, but I know like I don't have to spend thousands of dollars to look good. Like I can go to Burlington shopping or Ross and like see some a dope shirt like this and be like, oh, let it go. That'll go nice with my fit. Now I'll spend probably like a total besides my shoes always is more pricey than my outfit, but like besides my shoes, my outfit will probably be like $100 total, $75 total. Then I'll probably have some $120 shoes, 140, $160 shoes, but I know how to look good without like trying to make a fashion statement. Like I'm not trying to compete with nobody. Like I'm not trying to dress like nobody. And I'm definitely not trying to influence nobody fashion wise. Like so I like to wear what I like to wear. It fits. I'm comfortable with it. So thank you for liking my shirt. I definitely do be picking out my own clothing. My wife barely picks up my clothes. Like, she do kind of do buy some of my stuff, but I buy the majority of my stuff because I know what I. She know what I like, but I know what I like more. Most people they don't know how to dress. They never did, but me, I've always been blessed to like with fashion. I didn't expect for me to be here for almost 2 hours though. Honestly, since I came on earlier, I'm like, I may not. Was contemplate not even like doing a late live, but I'm like, I know somebody's probably expecting me to get on live because I've been doing it every day. So I'm like, I'm not gonna leave y'all waiting. So had to hop on live. Shit. I'm not tired, but I do want to lay down. I do get tired of sitting in this chair. Like this chair, like I need a new chair. Like that's why I need to get monetized so I can start like making my living more comfortable. Like, so yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. If you left a like already, thank you for leaving a like. If you already subscribed, thank you for being subscribed. But this is really just the beginning of my journey. So y'all gonna be able to see me grow. And like I said, you're gonna be able to see me think different, act different. Not really act different, but you're gonna see me grow as a person, and whoever I evolve into is not gonna be like the last version. So that's who I've been like these past few years, and I'm like, I'm not about to stop trying to grow for nobody. Like, I'm not about to stay stuck for nobody. That's why I want the people around me to continue to grow because I don't want to leave everybody behind. Like I want to be able to take people with me. But even though I know you'll meet people in your journey that's on your level, like you want people to be around you that like truly know where you come from. Like so, but everybody ain't gonna be able to come with you. So some people are like, nah, I don't want to leave my hometown because I'm gonna leave. I won't have any friends. Like, sometimes the only reason they're your friends because you see them every day. Like, you're not because you truly. They were supposed to be your friend. Like my Gigi used to always tell me, Kenneth, you don't have no friends. They're all associates. And the people that I used to call my best friend, guess what? It turned out to only be associates. So she was right, but I didn't understand why she kept telling me that until like later on as I got older. So my Gigi was doing a lot of talking, and even though I wasn't, I didn't think I was paying attention. Like my subconscious was paying attention to everything she said. So like, even though she's not here with me today, like her voice always just. Well, I know her spirit is with me, so like when she be talking, of course I hear her voice all the time. So that's why I'm truly guided to like be this type of individual. I'm truly guided to be this open individual and let people know, hey, there's people out there that think different, act different, and like want the best for you. Ain't got no type of ill intentions that want you to grow. I want y'all to evolve. I want y'all to want the best for yourself. I'm not gonna try to force it upon you. That's why it's like I'm not over here like this ain't Facebook where I'm just DMing everybody, hey, listen to like come subscribe to my YouTube. Nah, I'm letting people come to me. So like, if you don't want to hear me, like, then you wouldn't be here. But if you did, that's why you're here. So, thank you guys for like I said, I have to keep thanking y'all for tuning in because like I didn't expect people to be on my live this like even though it's not a lot of people. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I've had a live where it had a bunch of people, but as far as the journey I'm on now and the work I'm putting in on YouTube now, like I didn't expect for it to be constant people in my life. So that shows me if I just continue to work every day it'll continue to grow. So it's not about me going viral overnight the first time I drop a video. Like nah, like I understand you gotta put the work in. You gotta build it up. Like so. And plus, you don't want nothing to happen overnight because it could be taken overnight. Like so, we building brands over here. Like, so, and that's what I expect out of y'all. Like whether that brand is yourself or whether it's a company or whether it's something you believed in, like we all need our own brand. Because when you go out into the world, that's what you're seen as. How you dress, how you speak, like how you communicate with other people, like that's a brand. Because once you leave, they gonna go talk about you to somebody else. So whether your brand is known as a good brand or a bad brand, that's on you. But most of the time, people talk shit whether you're doing good or bad. So it's not really too much about what they think or what they say. But if you building a brand and like you got merchandise, you selling stuff, like you want people to talk about you. Like so, take the hate with the love. Like it's all the same at the end of the day. People are paying attention to what you got going on. Like so. We just living life and we trying to encourage those to live life as well. Like, live your best life. And stay out of your comfort zone. Like, do something different. Try something different. Go a different route. Like, always try to switch up your flow. Not just your flow, but always try to switch up what you got going on in life. It's always nice turning into these meaningful convos before bed. Definitely, because I'm about to get out of here too myself. So good night, Ari. But I'm gonna stay a little longer because it is a few people in the chat, and like I need to get my watch time hours up. So this is all working in my behalf of my favor. If I could just run this extra lap, like so, because I actually outdid what I expected, what I was gonna do. So like I already outdid my yesterday. So now tomorrow, that's a new thing. Like, am I gonna outdo myself again tomorrow, or am I gonna? Not to say am I gonna fail, but how am I gonna compare tomorrow towards today? Like, cause that's the only person I'm in competition with myself. So don't worry about what nobody else got going on, whether it's on social media, whether it's your family, even if they trying to brag about it in your face. Don't worry about what they got going on. Focus what you got going on. Stick to that. Stay in your lane. And you're gonna get to your destination eventually. It may not take as long as you. I mean, it may not come as quick as you wanted to, but when you get there, it'll be well worth it. Then when you look back, you see everybody that followed in your lane, and now they behind you. Some of them people trying to leech off you. Some of them people inspired to go further than you went, or they go to try different routes. Like, but just do you. Be your authentic self. Tell your story. Tell your truth. Don't be ashamed. Like, for real. There's nothing to be ashamed of in life at all. Especially if things happen to you that you couldn't control. Like, and then once again, like I said, you gotta always chalk it up to like, damn, if I don't know what I did in this life to deserve some of the shit I went through, then who was I in my past life? That's what past lives come in. Like, if you don't know why you've been through some shit in your life in this lifetime, it's because of a past life reason. So you need to start tapping in that. Y'all need to start tapping into who y'all really are, like who you was, past life, future life, this life. Know who you are at all times, so you can't get tricked out of your spot. So somebody around you. So if a person is talking like talk like me, but they got a hidden agenda, you'll be able to discern like if they really real. Like, so not to say y'all can't discern that now, but as you learn who you are, as you master your gifts and your talents, like life is gonna become a cheat code, and all you gotta do is stick to your script. Like, you will prosper, like you will succeed, but it will comes with its bumps and its bruises. But that's what life, period. Like, you don't want just a sunny life. You don't want to just a. People think they just want everything to be always sunny. Like, people think, hey, when I retire, I'm gonna be on the beach every day sipping margaritas. If you was to do that, like if you was to retire and every day just chill on the beach, you would get sunburned. You'll get tired of like chilling on that beach eventually. Like, you'll probably like get some type of disease from drinking all that alcohol. Like, so I don't know why I mentioned that, but still, keep going forward in life. Like, don't settle. Like, don't ask nobody for no handouts. Get that shit on your own. Build that shit up for yourself. Come up with your own $1 million idea. Come up with your own $1 billion idea. And then when you create it and when it's done and your goals is completed, you would have impacted the world. And you would have like impressed yourself for what you did. So don't give up. Like, don't stop for nobody. Like I said, if people want to come with you, like, then they gotta do the work too. You can't do the work for everybody else. Like, no matter how much you love them, you can't do the work for the people you love. Like, so, if they meant to be around you, they either gonna do the work or they gonna go. Oh, look who's here, my mom. Good thing I wasn't talking about it today. Like, so you ain't got nothing to worry about if you go back to this early alive. But yeah, I forgot what I was talking about though. But, yeah, I've just been chilling here for the past 2 hours. Now I ain't no telling how long I'm gonna be on here. Now that my mom here, she be wanting to get on the screen to tell her story. I be telling her, hey, start your YouTube channel. You don't need nobody to interview you so you can tell your story. You better tell your story off your own strength. Like, so. And she has an interesting story. Like, my mom, she been through some stuff like that. She could tell you about life. So a lot of people didn't make it. A lot of people got parents like who got stuck where they was. So and she was able to evolve out of that. So she needs to tell her story. I don't know why she don't want to be doing it, but that's just like how my wife is. I be telling her, get on camera. You need to do what I'm doing. You thought about doing it today, but it was just a thought. If you didn't do it, like I said, if you think something, that's what you need to do. Don't trick yourself out of Nah, I shouldn't do that. Nah, I can't do that. Like, that's what you probably did when you had that thought. Like, but if you get the thought and you get inspiration to do something, if you always busy, ma, you got time right now, don't you? You had time this morning when you or yesterday. We always got time. If you got time to be on your phone and watch somebody else on YouTube, you have the same time to get on YouTube live and tell your story. The same exact time. So you got time. It's just what is you using your time for? Well, now I know what you're using your time for, but what do you usually use your time for? Like so, I ain't gonna get on you now because you're doing something good by listening to me. Gotta go to bed now. My mom seen me getting on her case, so she's like, let me get out of here. All right, good night to you, Ma. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like before you go. I know you subscribe, but make sure you definitely hit that like button. Like, I'm not putting a time limit on when I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna just get off when I like, just when I'm ready. I'm tired. I usually take naps at least once a day. So if I can take a nap twice a day, I'm good. But I get a nap at least once a day. So by the time this time come around, I'm not like super tired. So when I do finally get off live, I'm getting into bed. I'm going to bed like off that. Like so, when I say I'm treating YouTube like a job, I'm really treating this shit like it's a 9 to 5. Love you too, and thank you for hitting that like button. I'm pretty sure I knew you did, but I just had to make sure. But yeah, life could be fun once you figure it out for yourself. You figure out what you came here to do, and you don't get distracted from your mission. Because we all get distracted. Like, from the day you born, like your parents who've been distracted their whole life is trying to tell you what's right. They trying to point you to the best distraction. If they don't know, they being distracted. Me, like, I always had a thought for myself. Like I always was in my head. Like literally, I've always been in my head. Like as far as I can remember, I talk to myself more than I talk to anybody else. And look where that got me now. On YouTube, talking to myself. Well, people could be commenting. My mom just commented. So it's not really me talking to myself, but overall, me looking at the camera, nobody being in this room with me. Yeah, I've always been on this. I just never been comfortable to put it on camera. So now here we is, me stepping out of my comfort zone and I'm doing what I do best. Just showing the world too. Like, hey, you ain't gotta be flashy. You ain't gotta be out vlogging, buying stuff, doing things to be on YouTube. Nah, you can be in your comfort zone and just telling your story. And people gonna come chill with you, especially if you got a good vibe going about yourself. Like shit. Most people they be too aggressive. Some people you can tell they just telling stories, lying. Like some people just ain't authentic. They can't. There's no authenticity about them. So me, like I said, I'm just being my honest, true self. Like so, if a person don't like it, that ain't on me. Like so, and I'm not trying to offend nobody. But especially, I do get it. Sometimes I'm like, y'all need to get on y'all shit. Like so, some people they don't want to hear that, especially when they know they need to get on it. So, but that's how I was. So I understand. So I can't criticize. I don't get that point. I definitely don't get mad. Can't get mad about no shit like that. And so we good though. So it ain't been 3 hours yet. Like, can I go for 3 hours? I don't know. Should I go for 3 hours? That's a good question. But it's only 10:45. Like, so it ain't really. It ain't. it's late, but it ain't like 11 o'clock late. So, but sometimes like if I once I start thinking about it too much, it's like, oh yep, it's almost time. It's about time to go. Like, cause I'm kind of overthinking the shit right now. Like, have I talked about everything I want to talk about tonight? Ain't nobody truly commenting even. Like, even though I see people watching, and I want to stretch it out, but I don't want to be talking about nothing. Like, but most people already talk about nothing on YouTube, and they build it like they getting paid off of it. So, like, if y'all gonna chill with me, then why not? You know, that's the conclusion I came up to. Like, hey, might as well stay as long as I can, and just try to not think about that shit. I be having to catch myself overthinking sometimes. Like, hey, just chill, bro. Like, you don't need to overthink this simple ass shit. You don't even need to go that deep. But that just be me and how I operate, and I have to be honest with myself. If I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I definitely gotta be honest with myself. Like, cause most people they be lying to themselves, and they don't even realize they lying to the people because they didn't told them lies, told themselves so many lies already. So I just swear to tell the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me get paid. Like, or help me get monetized. Like, I'm telling you, people getting millions from telling their story, and they ain't been through half of what you done went through, half of them what I went through, but they just open and they willing to tell their story. Like, and it be some of the stories that you don't want to know, like you don't want to tell. Like, I don't give a fuck. Which one of y'all want to hear these bullshit? I mean, I ain't gonna say which one of y'all, but like, who want to hear a story like shit? Not that I'm about to tell y'all a story now, but like, if I can go viral or make millions off telling like a story that not everybody's like comfortable with hearing or knowing, like shit, that I'm gonna build my brand up and like get paid off of it. Hell yeah, I'll tell some stories, some true stories, dark stories. Cause we all got them, like shit. We all got them. But most people, I used to be like, man, I don't want to be one of the people that get paid off trauma, or get paid off negativity. But like I said, that's what this world loves. That's what they want to see. Like shit, I ain't gotta be no negative person to tell a story about some negativity. Like, cause there's always a positive thing behind it. So you gotta be able to manipulate, like, between your feelings, between like who's gonna get you paid. Like, are you like, do you got integrity what you doing? Like, so if you ain't losing no integrity, you ain't telling no lies what you doing, you just keeping it all the way 100 with what happened. Like, so some trauma shit happened, and I'm telling the story. Like, it's not wrong for me to be like, if I'm talking about positive mind only, it's not wrong for me to tell a story if it shit was negative. That's what really happened. Like shit, that's what went on in the situation. So, and plus, as you go on in life, like shit, I'm telling you, we all got some skeletons in the closet. Well, my closet is kind of clear because I'm pretty open, but I'm pretty sure it's probably like one thing. It's a few things that I won't tell you. That's because it ain't nobody's business. Y'all need to post some shorts if you trying to grow your channel. Post shorts. Post your favorite, like whatever you see on TikTok, and you love those like whatever video you love on TikTok. That's what you need to be screen recording, posting it as a short on YouTube, doing that at least 4 or 5 times a day, getting on live every day. That's gonna grow your channel tremendously. Shorts will not give you monetization. I mean, you won't monetize. It don't go towards your watch time hours to get monetized, but it will grow your channel. It will give you views. And if those people like view other videos you posted that's not shorts, they're gonna watch those videos, and that's gonna build your watch time hours up. And getting on live every day will build your watch time hours up. So some people say they don't got time, but they really do. You probably don't got as many hours as I got to get on live every day, but you got 30 minutes out your day to get on live. Like, and those minutes add up if multiple people is watching, especially if you already popular or you got some type of fan base or clout. Like, you need to capitalize off that. Like I said, if you got a story to tell or you want to capitalize off your story, like, I want to be able to write a book one day. Like, and since I hate writing books, like, shit, I need to tell this shit out on YouTube or on my podcast. Like, so either way, it gets done. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for chilling with me today. But I'm about to head out. Peace.